Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. There is some disquiet, not to say anger, at the fact that Matheson, upon resigning, gets a little golden goodbye, a little golden handshake of £13,000. That, of course, will just about cover his iPad bill. Turns out he'll walk away with bugger all of that after he's paid the tax on it. But at least, of course, he will not have to struggle to find his tossing bill. That should at least please his wife for 5 minutes as she is busy consulting her divorce lawyers. But people are saying he shouldn't get it. He's resigning before being found guilty by any kind of scrutiny. And he's doing so very cynically in order to make sure he gets that money. If he's found guilty and is forced to be fired, of course, that doesn't apply. It needs to be clawed back. It needs to be held back until after the inquiry is run, and then and only then, if he's found innocent, should he be entitled to it. Personally, I don't think he should be entitled to it at all, but they are the rules. But there's no way he should be rewarded for what he has done. So we'll take a look at this story and see why it's happening. And, we'll just get angry about it, I suppose. Here goes. So, fury at Michael Matheson's £13,000 golden goodbye after quitting his ministerial job over an £11,000 bill. I want to know why they get this money at all. I mean, surely being a minister of state should be a reward in its own. You're certainly paid enough. Why should you get all this extra money because you quit? And quit before you're fired. That's the other thing. It's just so cynical and it's so wrong. In no other line do you screw up so badly, be so inept at your job that the job actually, the thing you're supposed to be looking after gets so much worse. You get caught lying, you get caught attempting fraud, and you still pick up £13,000 on your way out the door. How can this possibly be right? The severance pay of £12,712 will help cover the £10,936 data roaming bill he eventually agreed to pay back to the public purse after he originally claimed for the charges on expenses. Fraudulently claimed. Attempted fraud. And then he resigns and doesn't have a bill to pay. It's paid for him, isn't it? It just can't be right. The former SNP Health Secretary Michael Matheson will get £12,712 as ministerial severance pay after resigning, it has emerged. The disgraced MSP is tonight being urged to turn the payment down. Oh, he won't though, will he? There's no way he is going to turn that down. He's going to say, no, I need it. I'm a greedy, grasping git, basically. He's going to sit there and his little claws will be pulling every penny down because he knows he's never going back into cabinet again. He's done. His political career is done. He's now, at the next election, going to face the electorate, knowing that he's attempted to defraud them. He may as well, resign from politics now because he's never going to get back in again, is he? I mean, surely even SNP voters aren't going to go and think, yeah, he is a liar, he is a fraudster, he did attempt to steal money from the public purse, but we're still going to vote for him because we'll vote for any idiot wearing a yellow rosette. And that is why we laugh at the SNP voters, because they are that stupid. They will vote for him. Anyway, critics pointed out that even after tax, the disgraced politician's golden goodbye would go a long way towards covering the £10,936 data bill he ended up having to pay back in November after the scandal emerged. The scandal being he wanted to knock one out on holiday and decided that the taxpayer should pick up the tab. Craig Hoy, MSP, Scottish Conservative Chairman, said people will find it outrageous that Michael Matheson, who wrongly tried to claim £11,000 of taxpayers' money and then clung to office long after he was found out, should now be handed even more than that for resigning. At a time when many Scots are struggling and the government is making savage cuts, it is ridiculous that improper behaviour by ministers should be rewarded in this way. Mr. Matheson should turn the payment down. And if you think he's going to turn that payment down, you've got another think coming. The Falkirk West MSP had initially said the iPad roaming charges were incurred by doing consistency and parliamentary work. We know that. We're not going to go through all that. It's all LOL rubbish. He was blaming his kids and everything. Eventually, he lied to initially lied to journalists before making this tearful confession and winning the full backing of Humza Yousaf to stay on in the ministerial role. And at that moment, Humza Yousaf becomes not only suspect in terms of his decision-making process, but I would say at that point also, he becomes guilty by association, guilty after the fact. A co-conspirator, indeed, in the attempted defrauding of the public purse. Now a Holyrood investigation has uncovered damning new evidence. We have yet to see it, but boy, are we waiting. That's got to come out. This is about Mr. Matheson's actions, which finally forcing him to step down more than 2 months after the scandal first broke. And yet, he says he hasn't seen the report. And straight away we know from the fact that there's damning new evidence, and he stepped down immediately, that, again, he's a liar. He cannot help but lie. But then that's the SNP way. They can never, ever tell the truth. Scottish Government ministers are entitled to 3 months of their final ministerial salary as a severance payment. They get this 90 days after leaving their post. Mr. Matheson's wage as Health Secretary was £50,000 a year. This is over on top of his MSP salary. This would mean that he is entitled to £12,712. This is on top of his MSP salary of £67,662 a year. Matheson did not attempt to apologise for the row when he resigned. He did not apologise for the lies. He did not apologise for the attempted fraud. He did not apologise for any of it. But he will put his hand out and greedily grasp the grifting money that he should not be entitled to, because he's got no honour and no integrity. And that can be said of all of them in the SNP, really, couldn't it? There's not one of them with honesty or integrity. It's a sad day. I am coming up and we'll round off the video. So how many of you good people out there in YouTube land think that Michael Matheson will hand that money back? No, neither do I. It's obviously he's not going to. He's so greedy. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and I will speak to you later. Bye.